Hey, you will make it TV followers, viewers, and supporters across the globe. Welcome to another live segment with the You Will Make It TV YouTube channel where we believe faith attracts possibilities, but we also teach that it's up to you what you do with those possibilities. We appreciate your support up until this time, this moment, this season. I am your favorite audio host, Miss Arthur Tetasheri. With me, feel free to check out some of my most recently previously recorded live segments if you'd like to get to know me more as an audio host. Also, feel free to check us out, our other channel, Crown Publishing Content, in 2025. Okay, we haven't did much work on the Crown Publishing Content channel because I don't get on here and like just openly, voluntarily tell my business. Let me set that straight for the record. But sometimes like you losing a whole just no, I know a lot about loss. You know what I mean? But the thing about Crown Publishing Content, it's a business. It's a business for sure. And as y'all know in the YouTube community, people can copycat your pages, copycat your work. Then the next thing you don't know who's the real content creator versus somebody copying their work. And unfortunately, that's just something that we go through as content creators out here. But as you guys know, only the strong survive. So here I am back with another channel, and this is my inspirational content quotes and messages channel. We put a spin on it because anybody who is familiar with my work over at Crown Publishing Content knows I am a publishing services coordinator. I do love to write. I do have a love for the arts and poetry and communicating through writing. So this is another channel you may love if you are into similar work. I don't care if it's, what kind of art it is. You're invited to join the You Will Make It TV channel, because too many times we don't talk about the steps, the journey, the stories, you know what I'm saying, that some of these artists took to get where they are today. But You Will Make It TV kind of sets the foundation, like lays the foundation as far as a platform where you guys can come and openly mm, fellowship group. You know what I'm saying? We can all meditate and discuss. I call them discussion digestive topics because what's anything that you ingest that you're not breaking down physically. So we look at that the same way in life. You know what I mean? You're not really having a discussion if you don't digest that discussion. Too many times we listen just to speak and not to actually digest what we are being told. And whether it shows or not, I know it shows in my life because I don't just listen to respond anymore. I actually listen to digest. And of course, after you digest something, your body is going to take what it needs and fuel itself from what it needs, and it's going to actually release itself of those toxins. So that's what I think is great about life and communicating to this day and receiving communication. You have to know what to filter out and what to keep in. That's why sometimes you can hear somebody give a whole message and think the whole message was about you. Well, you take what could help with you if you properly digest something, you properly chew something and swallow it, just like in our physical lives. Your body does that naturally. It's going to kind of like shed off whatever you ate that's not for you. And I just want to thank God on tonight on this live that I'm also like this spiritually. They'll say, watch what you touch and feel and see. Because the Bible do say that touch not, taste not, handle not. In other words, don't even put yourself in a position. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Bible say, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. But as a second word of advice for his prophets and anointed, we have to do our best not to get ourselves involved in things that can have us in sticky situations. But I would like to talk further on that too, because people act like sticky situations aren't at every corner these days. It doesn't matter if you're a chosen vessel or not. trouble can also follow you just because it wants to. If trouble wants to stay on your trails and feet, it can. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I have surrendered to in life. You know what? I'm not going to try to change the things, the people, the situations in my life anymore. I'm going to change who I am within those situations, right? So today, my topic is more touching on debunking. This is part one. I'll probably do a few parts tonight. So if you're up tonight, grab you a warm cup of coffee, tea, whatever it is. And I mean, let's chat it up. There's a link in the comment section for anybody who might be interested in joining the stage and maybe joining the discussion with us tonight. Um, that link is in the live chat section. It will be on part one, two, and three of this topic titled debunking rumors, because y'all know every inauguration season people just immediately start trying to jump to conclusions about things that are going to change. And there hasn't been another president in my lifetime, because I'm not that old, but I probably, being in my 30s, I've seen, what is that, 8 presidents come and go. That's not a lot, but that's quite a few presidents. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I got it right. Yeah, being 30 and eight times five is 30. I think I got it right somewhere because they serve 4-year terms. But out of all of them I've seen come in and out of office, there hasn't been one as, and I think we can all agree, there hasn't been one as discussed as Mr. Donald J. Trump. I mean, I just have to feel for the man sometimes. Like, you got people saying you're going to do this, doing that. I mean, and at the end of the day, we used to call these proposals things that may have gotten discussed in speeches. Y'all do know when they're having those election speeches, they're not. It's like when the people that are looking to vote and make a choice about who they want to be in leadership, they actually do take your words at heart when you giving those speeches saying what you're going to change. Because that's what I feel like I'm seeing a lot of, just people that really be holding on to the words of others. And I don't care if it's the president, the senator, that's where you set yourself up to be disappointed. You feel like, oh, well, he or she said she was going to do this to change the country. And then if they feel like, I mean, being a president is a lot of responsibility and power, I'm sure, because if you say something in a speech that you're going to do and you don't do it, then people feel like scammed. You know what I mean? That's any country you go to, though. Not saying a person, how much did y'all expect a person to change in one day and in one week and stuff like this? He just got back in the White House. So once again, this is part one, just mostly giving my reaction and commentary, opinions, perspective on some of the rumors that have been spreading about things that were going to change, especially when we talk about taxes and government benefits. That's really what people are mostly concerned about. I mean, hit that like button if you agree. That's really what people, that's like a trending topic right now. People wondering what's next. So we're going to talk about what needs to be debunked. Number one on my list, it's rumors out there that Trump was about to make all child support recipients ineligible, child support payment recipients ineligible for child tax credit. I'm here to tell y'all heard it at You Will Make It TV, because I got tired of hearing this over the past week without looking into it myself, just to find out, there's just a lot of, I wouldn't call it misinformation, just a lot of talk, really. Just encouraging the people, know who you are through talk, know what's facts, know what's opinions, because we got enough to stress us as Americans as it is enough. Then you got people adding things that aren't true, or probably was just good for a discussion topic, so they out here spreading the information. But I can confirm to y'all that is not true. Um, Even if they were talking about doing something like that, it would not be going into effect in the year 2025. So I say that's a reason to celebrate. But when I first heard that, people spreading that rumor that anybody getting child support wasn't gonna be able to file their taxes, I had laughed because it really didn't make sense, really. And I'm gonna talk about why. That one I had laughed, but it wasn't to be funny. Uh, it just wouldn't have made sense to me. This is why I say so. Y'all do know any dollar you spend in America, 9 times out of 10 is taxed, right? Taxed. That's gonna include child support money. Anything you go buy, even with child support money, usually has a tax on it. So it wouldn't make sense to me. I wouldn't care if it's a box of pizza, a new jacket for that child, a new set of pens and journals for that child, hair products, hygiene products for that child. You're still going to be paying taxes. So I was just giving my personal reaction to that. Like, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't seem fair that just because you pay taxes plus you spend the child support money on the child, that you wouldn't get some type of tax cut credit for their child. See, I was like, if they don't watch it with that rumor, they're gonna have people thinking that, a lot of these programs were set up to bring our downfall to begin with. A lot of us believe that too. Now, that reality is upon us when we look at the economy and taxes and inflation. Now it's in everybody's face. But I can say, that was just another one that needed to be debunked because that's not true. It's just not true. They do not have a bill lined up somewhere talking about people who get child support are not going to be able to claim their dependence on their taxes. Not just yet, anyway, ladies and gentlemen. And I thought it was just too uh, big of a rumor to not like speak on for sure. Because people get sensitive about that, just like they did with the Roe versus Wade and the abortion law changes. When you start talking about people, kids, and families and changes like that, pertaining to the law anyway, because many of us believe anyway that we needed change when it came to family law, especially at the rate of people want to talk about every other increase. It's real funny when Trump comes back in the picture. Everybody only care about taxes and immigration and stuff. There's been problems in America, like the very bad homelessness crisis, the very bad opioid crisis. We have kids doing drugs younger than ever today. And that's not the biggest problem. It's like, how are they being able to access this stuff, man, so easily than ever before? Drugs and weapons. Problems like this that we still need to look at. Mass shooting issues. It's real funny through this whole political matter and not inauguration. We're not hearing about the drones as much. We're not hearing about school shootings. Stuff that was totally happening before this political season that we stand in right now. As a real true like just citizen, it's kind of hard to sit back and watch that. Like, you see all this other stuff that's been needing to be like some type of attention. Let's not say changes, because A change is as drastic as it sounds. Like once something is changed, it's changed. Once they put something in writing in the law as a bill, boom, that change goes into effect. You know, and it's like we really didn't see stuff go speedily into effect when all these, and that's why one step at a time, we are all watching Trump's critical decisions right now. Did we see a mass increase in mass shootings and stuff only because immigrants came over here? Is that what they saying? All of this was an immigration issue. I'm just trying to understand because we really didn't see as much. That whole school shootings thing is a real thing. Elementary schools, y'all, that were attacked just in the past 2 years alone. Well, it doesn't matter what grade level of school it was. Any school that happening to is unfortunate, but I'm just saying, respect has been lost to the point where people are doing this at elementary schools. Elementary schools have fallen victim to like mass violence acts, and it's really sad. So I hope just as quick as we're making proposals and bans, I mean, come on now. And it's, you know, that it's deeper than us when even the leaders don't know what to do no more. Period, y'all. They still might not want to fully admit that there's something very spiritual going on with our country, but they can admit that. Like, they need to be honest. Like, some of these predicaments our country has been put in recently, it'll even make me wonder what do they do about this or what do they do about that next? That's when you know stuff is getting crazy. But I'm just shouting that out, y'all. That's just a whole rumor, I guess, that excites people to talk about. Like the TikTok ban, that wasn't a rumor, and it's still a possibility. I think it's been reactivated and everything for everybody, but that's only just so y'all know. He said it's like a 90-day stretch. Like there's no guarantee that TikTok is still going to be up. But you're hearing this from my reaction and commentary here at You Will Make It TV. I'm definitely finna come back with a part two, y'all, because I can only record so long on each part, but I'll just reserve this part for what I was talking about. Like, if you didn't get nothing else out of what I said in part one, that is not true. They are not. Just because you get child support or you got child support in the year 2024, that does not mean. I think it just tickles people to entertain such a thought. But as much as it tickled them, y'all know what they say, what'll make you laugh will make you cry. Do not cry if something like that goes into effect. I'm just saying I went and researched it, and they're not right, like they're not declining child support recipients from filing their dependents this year. So don't go to y'all tax offices this year confusing the agents and workers that are trying to help you prepare your taxes because they are not going to know what you're talking about. It's just a rumor. Okay, so y'all kind of scared me with that too, because my next question was just this. Now, if something like that were to go into effect, like, would you just not be able to carry the dependent that you receive child support for? Because you got parents out here who have hold child support orders, but that doesn't mean that the other parent is upholding it. So I would think that a bill like that would have to come with way more stipulations than just, oh, you got child support, so you can't you can't claim the child tax credit. And I have some updates about the child tax credit for you guys as well too for the year 2025. I do have some limited and far and in between experience with tax preparation and just tax knowledge. Okay, so I'm just trying to come and bring that information to y'all, like how the child tax credit during the pandemic was 3,600 a child. Then it went down to 2,000. I think it's 2,000 this year, to be honest. And then they said we can expect for it to go back down to 1,000. Now that Trump is back in office, that's for that child tax credit, though. Y'all stay tuned for part two. I will be back live on this topic, debunking the rumors of laws and bans going into effect, right? right after this new inauguration period. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and stay tuned for part two. Until next time.